Welcome back to the video, guys. We are in another one of Chris's cars. This is a 1995 540i, correct? 540i Touring. So we're in a station wagon. And believe it or not, this is actually a JDM car. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the car, Chris?
It's a 95 540i Touring, like you said. This means it comes with a M60 V8, and then this one has a 6-speed in it with the Getrag 420G. It has a 346 limited slip in it, which makes it fun. A little more about the BMWs. In the US, we didn't get E34 Tourings that were anything besides 525i's or 530i's, so small engine cars, and they all came auto. So this one being from Japan, to get bigger engine, more power, and it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, a lot more fun. And not to mention, it's a wagon. Like, you gotta love a wagon, man. We're already getting sideways in the wagon, man. Sheesh. Oh, man. Yeah, this is awesome, man. So, as some of you guys already know, I got the wagon back home, but it ain't nothing like this, man. Like, dang. It does have a lot of torque, like you were saying. This thing,
it's like 320 foot-pounds.
Yeah, like that's good, man.
So you definitely feel like the car probably weighs somewhere around 3,700, so it's not super light, but it's not the heaviest thing either.
Right. Damn, yeah, that's dope.
Instant burnout machine.
Sheesh! Yeah! Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. And it really does not have like body roll like that either.
No, so these have self-leveling suspension in the rear.
Yeah.
And even though this car is lowered, we retained it still functions, we just set the ride height lower, so where it levels to is lower. Yeah. And then it just has Dynon springs in the front.
Damn.
It has an E31, so an 8 series cross brace under the front to help stiffen it, and then racing dynamic sway bars all the way around.
Damn, that's awesome. Yeah, we definitely cooked the tires on that one. Yeah, it gets up quick. And it's crazy because it's a station wagon. Like, people will probably be looking at you on the highway like, what? But that's a family station wagon. So do you have any like future plans with the car, or are you just gonna keep it as is?
So I would like to put an S62 in it, which is an E39 M5 engine. Right. Dimensionally, it's exactly the same. It bolts right in. Okay. And actually the M5 used the same transmission. So
really? So yeah, that would be perfect then.
It's easy to do in terms of that. And that's about 400 horsepower.
Okay, so it'll be a decent power increase for sure. The
reliability on those, in terms of, they like to eat themselves in terms of rod bearings and crank bearings. Yeah. And there's a little bit of high pressure oil systems at the top end that can fail. I see. So the other option is then, they call it a hybrid engine. It's an M62, so like the next V8 after this one. Right. You use some of that engine, and then you use these heads, and it bumps compression. You can get about 360 out of it. Really? But then it's all parts that are readily available in a junkyard versus taking an engine out of an M car.
Exactly. So yeah, and just dropping it right in. So that's awesome.
So those are the two routes I'll do. This car only has 160,000 miles, which is kind of low for a 95. It wasn't a special car in any way. And it was completely resealed 20,000 miles ago. So it doesn't leak anything. It doesn't burn anything. So I'm probably just going to drive it until something happens and I figure it out.
Yeah, just keep it reliable for as long as you can. That guy, we were getting looks, man. He was breaking his neck. Another thing too is just like the sounds it makes. Like, you don't expect that from like a station wagon. You know, like V8 sounds, we got the pops.
Like I said, it's headers, high flow cats, and then super sprint system all the way back. Right. So, and I got this is to be only just a daily driver and, you know, park it outside and just enjoy it.
Exactly, yeah. That's the same use I have for my wagon, honestly.
Yeah, and this is all it is just parallel BMW wheels, and then it's maybe lowered an inch. It still rides good, it's comfortable. Right. And with the self-leveling suspension in the back, like you could put an engine in the back of this and it'll just lift itself back up. And
really? Yeah. Damn, that's dope. So is that the stock suspension that came with the car?
Yep, the stock self-leveling, yeah.
So they were like ahead of their time back in the 90s.
I mean, that's what pretty much all the German cars back then, all the BMWs were self-leveling, the Mercedes were self-leveling, like the higher model ones just all did that. Right. And a lot of people ended up replacing those parts over time because most of them were hydraulic, so they would start leaking. So they would just buy the cheaper, just put Bilsteins and just regular springs on it.
Right.
So they didn't have to worry about it.
And it's comfortable too, not to mention, obviously.
Yeah, you could definitely road trip with this car.
Yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of space in the back. You fit bags and children and all types of goodies. Do you plan on just keeping it the color it is now, or you want to change that in the future?
Yeah, I just got it back from paint. It didn't do a very good job. But yeah, I'm not much to like change the color of cars.
Right.
Just kind of, you know, whatever they are, they are.
Getting sideways at stop signs, man. Where does it redline at?
Like 63.
63. Okay, that's not bad.
That's the big difference. If you go to the S62, you can rev those out to about 9.
Wow.
But but also if you do the hybrid motor, you can put in, you know, when you bump the compression, put in stiffer valve springs and rev it out too. Like I said, this one internally is completely stopped. This has a super lightweight flywheel in it.
Oh, okay. Is the flywheel light stock, or did you swap one in?
I swapped it in. So I put it the UUC aluminum lightweight, because this would have came originally with a really heavy dual mass.
Right.
So that allows it to, you lose a little bit of torque with it.
Yeah.
But it picks up way quicker.
Okay.
And then like when you're just revving it, it just like it's instant.
Right. Yeah, like it revs really quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then like with the bumpers and stuff on it, like you can buy the front bumper on ECS still. It's a BMW OEM part that they carry.
Right.
But like the back bumper, it's the same as like my M5 bumpers. They're no longer available. Like you can't buy them. The only place you can get them from is a wrecked car.
Right.
So.
Wow.
Or somebody who's partying out their car.
Yeah.
So it's like those kind of things. It's like, how do you find them, right? Or like these mirrors look just like E36 M3 mirrors, but they're like 5 times as expensive because you can't find them.
Yeah.
So it's like you start looking at stuff like that, and it's a little bit, it's weird, and not that many people think these cars are that cool.
Right, which is crazy. I wonder if it's just like a lack of knowledge on the cars, you know, like do like not enough people know about these cars and like don't really give them a chance, or.
And I think people just, you know, like they hear BMW and they're worried too, you know,
with how expensive it might be.
Yeah, to like fix it and things like that. And I mean, I own a ton of these and work on them, and like I've never really put much money into any of them. Right. You know, it's just steal parts off another car, just fix it. Like, they're in junkyards.
Right. Is it hard to kind of source parts for these, or?
No. And there's a bunch of websites like ECS and FCP Euro, and every part is warranted for life.
Oh, really?
So like once you buy the part once, even if it fails again, you send them back the part, you get another one for life. Damn,
that's dope. German cars, like, I feel like people will, you know, look past them a lot because of how expensive they can get. Man, that one caught me off guard. I had to hold the camera. It almost flew out of my hand. But yeah, I just feel like people just overlook, you know, European cars because they can be expensive, but it's still an awesome car at the end of the day. And I think a lot of these cars are awesome platforms to start with and really make something incredible out of. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was super dope riding with Chris again. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to review this car. This is just awesome. This is really awesome. And for those of you that don't like wagons, man, join the bandwagon and start liking wagons, because that's definitely the way to go. But I'm gonna wrap it up here for today, guys. I will see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching. Peace.